since you walked through the door. And you just keep lying, and then things like this keep coming out. Okay, well.
Randall,
Okay,
I know.
well.
I want you to keep something in mind, okay? The ranger read you the Miranda warnings, okay? You fully understand those warnings, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you still waiving those warnings and want to tell me exactly what happened?
I'll I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know how the conversation started, but he, again, Raleigh comes in every day, and he always talks about Doobie and Melissa because he hangs out over there at the barber shop all the time. And I always ask him, I said, well, how's my boy doing? I just check on my boy. And yes, we talked about, I was frustrated and the way things were going on. And he said, well, I could drop him out, take him out fishing or whatever and drop him in the water. And we were just kind of playing games. I was just kind of probing and digging on what he was talking about. I really didn't think he was serious about the deal, and
What did he tell you he was going to do to him?
he said he was going to take him out fishing and go 100 or 150 miles out and push him overboard and go sailing off.
So
And I'm thinking to myself,
he was gonna leave him
how are
there?
you going to get away with it, huh?
he was going to leave him there for dead.
That's what he's, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that's when the 500 came in.
Well, he said he needed $500, and so
For
I,
what?
well, he didn't. He said just to go away, and I said, you're going to go to
make him go
Florida?
away?
Yeah.
To make them go away.
That's
Okay.
no, not make them go away. Don't give me. I didn't believe that he was really had that in him.
Okay. Let me. I tell you, with today's technology, there's all kind of stuff out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it.
Look,
It-
I
it
would
shouldn't
never.
surprise you.
I don't.
Okay.
I would never want
There
anything.
was an arrangement made. All right. How much was the total that you were supposed to pay for this?
$500.
No. I know better than that.
No, he said
There was-
500.
There was other arrangements made.
No,
Okay.
I can.
$500 was a down payment.
You're lying.
No, no,
Okay.
I'm not. No, he.
$500 was a down payment. I know that. And where did you leave that for him?
That was on the meter,
Which one?
which is the one right out the back door.
Right next to the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he went and got the money from there.
Okay.
Okay. When you got that money, where did you get it from?
From the bank.
From the bank.
Yeah.
And you went to where?
How do you mean?
You got that money.
Well, I keep the cash in my drawer, but I.
No.
Okay.
When you went to the bank,
Yeah.
did you go in the bank?
Yeah.
Did you go through the drive-through?
No, it's in the bank.
Or did you go to the ATM?
No, I went to inside the bank.
Because the denominations that I'm seeing, okay, what was in there?
It was 20s.
All 20,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's very typical of an ATM withdrawal.
Okay. Well, it wasn't an ATM.
Was it an ATM withdrawal?
No.
Positive.
So
Positive.
when I go back and look through your bank accounts,
Mm-hmm.
through your bank records, it's not going to show me that you went to the ATM. Because if it's there, I will find which ATM. It'll have your photo. It'll
No, as a
have
matter of fact, I
everything.
printed it up for the other officer.
Okay. So you went on what day?
It showed the 16th, so I guess that was Thursday.
On the 16th.
Yeah.
Okay. And you went inside the bank?
Uh-huh.
And which bank was that?
Value Bank.
We have
Value.
cameras and everything, so we can confirm that.
What time was that?
I'm not sure what time.
Was it
Probably the
morning?
afternoon.
Was
In
it
the
afternoon?
afternoon sometime.
Afternoon.
I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
And when did he get the money?
It had to have been Friday. Probably in the afternoon or
So-
late morning.
You withdrew the money on Thursday. You held on to this money all Thursday evening.
No. Actually, right whenever I got it, I put that $500. I stuck it in the meter just to see what was going to happen.
Okay.
If it was going to disappear or not. I keep cash in my drawer though. I
Okay.
had the rest of it because I had
What-
some guys doing some
What
other
did you
jobs.
put it in?
In an envelope. In that envelope I gave the officer.
Just a regular envelope?
Yeah, just a regular envelope.
Okay, and when was he supposed to have gotten rid of them?
Over the weekend.
Over the weekend?
Yeah,
Where were you over the weekend?
I went to San Antonio.
Is this why it was supposed to have been done over the weekend? You had an alibi, you were out of town?
Oh, no,
Be
no.
completely
get-
honest.
No, I'm being,
I mean-
with the San Antonio's my wife's
I
idea.
mean, you want a jury to look at you and have some compassion for you. You want them to know that you're telling us the truth and the whole truth, and that's it. You know what? And I am sorry for what I did.
Well, I'm giving it all up to you, and like I said, and after that, I went out there and looked around for a boat and everything else, and I just figured, well, Raleigh is full of bullshit, and
What
he's just
boat
gonna
did
be
you
gone.
look for?
I can't, I can't remember the name of it now, but he told me what the name of it was.
That was today.
No, he told me that the other
Okay,
day too.
Last week?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you went out and looked for that boat?
Sure did, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you didn't find it?
No. Because I didn't believe anybody would give him a boat anyway. I didn't believe that he was gonna be able to come through with all that stuff anyway. I thought he was just gonna get the money and just
No.
disappear.
Why did you pick him?
I didn't pick him. He just shows up every day at
I
the
know
office.
he shows
yeah.
up everywhere.
Yeah, well, and again, I didn't pick
Was it just-
anybody.
was it just
He's
frustrations
the
or-
one that brought the conversation up. He's the one that says, you know, I can take them out there and dump them off somewhere out in the water. I mean, that was where the idea.
How much rather do you stand to lose? Okay, from a child settlement?
Nothing.
From
Nothing. We figured out, I mean, I'm talking because I'm self-employed and everything expensed out, my child support liability would be like $65 a month. I mean, it's not,
Your child support was going to be $65
yeah,
a month.
yeah. I mean, it's,
You drive a Hummer.
well, I know that,
Live in
but
a
I'm
200-some
self-employed,
$1,000
I'm
house.
self-employed, but, you know, I got rent, that building runs a $10,000 a year deficit. And, after all my business expenses and everything, I only make like $20,000 a year, so 20,000 minus 10 comes out to, another.
Are we going to be able to confirm this to court
Sure,
records?
Sure.
Because we are going to.
Sure,
beyond
because
that.
that's what, yeah, that's what we were,
because
discussing.
this is what we're looking at. People do this
It
you
had,
know,
it had
for
nothing,
financial gain.
it has nothing
Okay,
to do.
if it wasn't for financial gain, then what was it for?
It
What
wasn't for.
what was the motive behind it?
There was no motive. I didn't think that he was
You-
was
you paid him.
capable.
Listen,
You're
listen,
paying-
you
you're paying
paid
the
him.
man.
Yeah.
You paid the man $500. So apparently you did think that there was something there, a little something.
Well,
You-
I thought that
you-
he would just go
You
away.
thought it was worth it for you.
Well, I mean that he
You're
would just go
paying
away.
him
You
knowing that he is going to go and kill your ex-wife and her husband, and you're paying him to do this. You have to benefit somehow.
Well,
What was
I'm
your
not.
benefit? What was
I'm-
your motive for it?
There's nothing there for me.
You know, then why pay someone? If this is not your benefit, why are you doing it?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting. There really is no benefit, and in a matter of fact, I mean.
So in a
my-
case where you're not going to profit from it,
Yeah.
okay, because you're having to pay out more money here, and there's no benefits, then why? Okay, is it just being cruel with your ex-wife? Is it just being malicious, or is there something else?
No. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just,
Is
I was
it-
frustrated and
Okay,
everything
frustrated.
else. Yeah, but
Did jealousy have anything to do with it?
no,
I'm just trying to figure out why.
there's.
because you gave him $500 for a reason. I mean, to
did.
make him go away.
I did, and I thought that would be worth it to see him disappear.
See, both of them disappeared.
Well, to
All
see
three of them.
Raleigh
Okay,
disappear.
We're
I don't
not-
know what you mean by
you're
that.
not. You're not paying Riley $500 for him to disappear. You paid Riley $500 to make Melissa and her husband disappear,
Well, I
to,
understand.
to kill them.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, why were you trying to get rid of them?
Well,
If you're not going to profit from it, if you're not going to benefit from this, then why are you paying them that kind
well,
of money?
that's the only reason even the consideration even came up was just for frustration.
For frustration.
That was it. That was. I mean,
O-
there's
over
no-
your
I'm just frustrated.
over your child custody.
Yeah,
issue.
yeah. Just the constant. Yeah, that's it. It's just frustration. And honestly, I don't want anything to happen
if-
bad to happen
So
to.
if you got rid
Yeah.
of Melissa, then you wouldn't have anything to worry about with custody of your children.
But
Am I right?
that's not
Am-
even
am
an
I
issue.
right?
Well, I mean, you could look at it that way, but that's not even an issue because Naomi, my wife, and I have already discussed and decided to let Christian, my boy, go live with her. He's gotten in a lot of trouble recently. He's been threatening the girls, and so we thought it would be a better situation to get him out of our house and go live with his mother. So that was already discussed. The only reason we were going to court was just to hammer out what the child support situation was going to be.
Okay, because I mean that's, I know you. I mean, you've told me you got the money. You went to the bank. You got the money. You put it in an envelope. You put it in the meter box. He picked it up from there, and with the intent to get rid of Melissa and her husband. All right. The only thing that you haven't told me is why. All right, I guess we're really not going to understand that other than
Yeah.
frustrations.
That was it. That's
the-
all I've got to say. I mean, and honestly, like, I really didn't think Raleigh was going to, I thought Raleigh would just take the money and he would just go away. All he wanted was just, I'm sorry?
So-
Only $500?
Only five, that's
Now-
probably
now
the
you
most
sent
money
him
he's
in-
had ever.
This is true. With him, this is true. Okay. But yet, you agreed to give him more money
No,
later this week?
I did not. I was,
Recorded.
It's
well,
recorded.
I
It's
mean,
recorded.
It's recorded.
I wanted to see what this was all about. I was really surprised to see him today.
So
And
you lied to him?
yeah.
So you weren't gonna give him the
Oh,
money?
no.
You was gonna get rid of him, but you weren't gonna give him the money?
So he was going to get rid of him for $500 and then you weren't going to pay him either?
Well, but I didn't think he was gonna do anything anyway, but I went out there to check again to see if there was any
So
truth to what he was
this
saying.
time before you gave him any more money, you wanted to make sure that the boat that he told you was there and he did have access to it and he could carry it out. Am I correct?
Well, I wanted to check and see if it was there. If it was, then I
So-
would have been really alarmed
So
about the
that
whole.
he had access to it and then that he could carry it out, right?
Yeah, but again, I didn't think anybody would give him a boat anyway. I asked him over and over again, who would even give you a boat?
Okay. Is there anything else
That's,
that you want to tell me?
well, I'm telling you, that's it. I mean, you asked me anything,
Is there anything else that you want to tell the jury, that you want to tell the judge?
well, this whole thing just really did get out of hand. I never intended on any of this to come to anything. And, I just hoped that I would never see Raleigh again, that that'd be enough money for him to hit the road and
What makes you think by giving a guy $500 that he's gonna leave you alone? You're a smart guy, okay?
well, I've made that
You
mistake
give a
lots
guy a
of times.
couple of
yeah.
dollars, he's gonna think, okay, well, I can keep going back over there, bugging him, he'll give me some more money. he'll
Well,
give me
that's,
some more money.
that's a difference,
Oh,
I've
he
given
give me-
him,
He gives me $500, but shoot, I'm gonna keep going back over there. I know this
Well,
guy's got money.
no, this was
I'm not gonna, he's not gonna, $500, I'll leave him alone. He's gonna like, man, heck no, I'm gonna keep going back and
well,
back and back.
I figured he was gonna be gone. I mean, he talked over and
You're
over
smarter
about
than
going.
that.
Well, I mean,
You're smarter than that.
well,
You know he wasn't gonna just take your $500.
oh,
and just
I
leave.
did. I thought he was gonna be gone. I really did. Again, that's the most money he's ever had in his whole life, probably. And I thought he'd see that and say, well, I'm gonna go.
So you mean to tell me you weren't gonna pay him any more money
Oh,
than
no.
just $500 to make them disappear? That's all their life was worth, $500, $250 apiece.
Again, I think if somebody was
250
really
apiece.
serious about
No, you're changing the
doing
story.
away with somebody,
No,
they'd
this is
ask for a
serious.
lot
You know
more
how
money.
serious this is.
Well, I
This is
understand that,
definitely
but
serious. You're minimizing your role, but you know
Well-
that there's a lot more to it than, and we know that there's a lot more to it than just that. You know,
Well, I understand.
$500. That's a lot of money. I don't have $500.
Well,
Just
So I
give
mean,
it
it
away.
wasn't. We know. He knows. Everybody.
well,
knows
I tell you what,
it was
it
more than
was something.
$500.
That was something. If it was any more than that, I would, but I'm thinking to myself, what
if you
would be
make-
worth getting rid of him? I do keep cash around. I have it with me
Yeah,
all the
but
time.
a lot
we
of
have
money.
people call us all the time just because somebody's a nuisance and we get rid of them for free.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it doesn't cost anything for you can call the police department. We respond for free.
$500 out of making $20,000 a year, that's a lot of money.
But I
Exactly.
It's,
I guess $500 would have been a win-win situation for you. 2 people would have been gone, and then Raleigh would have been out of your hair for $500.
well, I tell you,
Wouldn't have to
Raleigh
pay
would have been
child
gone.
support.
But I tell you what, you know, tell you what, they frustrate me a lot, but I never would. I mean,
But it happened.
well,
You slipped.
that's a screw up.
You slipped, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I
Hey,
never intended.
It was a
You know you
screw
did.
up, and you know,
I
it's-
never intended for. You know, I didn't think.
At that point, you did, but now you
Yeah.
don't intend for it to have happened.
Well, no, at that point, like I said, I went out there and I checked things, and I figured, nah, Raleigh's just BSing. There's no way that there's anything out of this deal. And so, like I said, I just thought that he'd take the money and run. Just go somewhere.
Kill
Go
him and
away.
go run.
Well, I didn't think that that'd be possible because there wasn't a boat that he was talking about that was out there, or at least anything that I saw. And no one, from what I know of Raleigh anyway, he's not a very reliable person. You know, I've given him lots of money over time to do things, and he never has followed through with digging a hole or anything else that I've asked him to do. So I, much less doing something like this.
So you gave him $500. He didn't carry it out. Second time he's asking for more money,
and I was,
and you go and verify that, or tried to verify that the boat was there before you gave him anything else.
if it was there,
You would have gave him more.
I don't know. I was pretty alarmed already to even see him. Well, look, you know, I'm not a bad guy here. I really don't want.
You're not a bad
I
guy.
just made a.
Happens. People get pissed off.
You're not a
Yeah.
bad guy. You just made a bad decision.
I made a
this time.
bad decision. I
Okay,
really
and
did.
I understand that.
Mhm.
All right.
I really
But-
did.
But going back, you went to go see
Mhm.
if the boat was there
Mhm.
before you gave him more money to carry it out.
Well, I wouldn't have given him any more anyway. I mean, that 500 was the limit for him. You know, and how am I going to get rid of him now?
Okay.
Was my thought.
Is there anything else you want to add to this?
I don't know. Ask me anything.
What do you want the
No.
jury to know about you and about this situation?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just dumb. You know, never been in trouble.
Okay.
Uh,
Are we done?
I just think you have some business cards.
All right, we'll go ahead and terminate the interview. The time is 5:18 p.m.